Good evening. This is All India Radio and I am Valsa Williams with the news at 9. The headlines. Parliament approves Citizenship Amendment Bill 2019. Rajya Sabha passes the bill by majority vote. Home Minister Amit Shah says bill aims to redress hardships being faced by the minorities in Pakistan, Bangladesh and Afghanistan. Cabinet authorizes setting up of Infrastructure Investment Trust by NHAI. ISRO successfully launches Earth Observation Satellite RESAT-2 BR-1 from Sriharikota. Voting for third phase of Jharkhand Assembly elections to take place tomorrow. And in cricket, India sets a target of 241 runs for West Indies in the third and final T20 at Mumbai. Parliament has approved the Citizenship Amendment Bill 2019. Rajya Sabha passed the bill a short while ago by majority vote. 125 votes were cast in favour and 105 against the bill. Lok Sabha had earlier passed the bill on Monday. Replying to the discussion, Home Minister Amit Shah said the bill is historic necessity to redress the hardships being faced by the minorities in neighbouring Pakistan, Bangladesh and Afghanistan. He said after the partition on religious lines, the minorities in those countries are subjected to continuous persecution. Mr. Shah questioned why the Congress had agreed to partition on religious basis. The bill seeks to amend the Citizenship Act 1955 to make illegal migrants of 6 communities from Afghanistan, Bangladesh and Pakistan eligible for Indian citizenship. The communities are Hindus, Sikhs, Buddhists, Jains, Parsis and Christians. Answering on its constitutionality, Mr. Shah said the bill has reasonable classification to meet the conditions.
अनुच्छेद 14 में जो समानता का अधिकार दिया है, संसद को ऐसा कानून बनाने से नहीं रोकता जो रीजनेबल क्लासिफिकेशन के आधारित हो। और रीजनेबल क्लासिफिकेशन आज यहाँ है। हम कोई एक धर्म को नहीं देंगे, हम ये 3 देशों की माइनॉरिटी को ले रहे हैं और सभी की सभी माइनॉरिटी को ले रहे हैं, एक क्लास को ले रहे हैं और उसमें भी वो क्लास को जो धार्मिक प्रताड़ना से प्रताड़ित है। इसलिए रीजनेबल क्लासिफिकेशन के आधार पर ये संसद को कानून बनाने का अधिकार है।
The minister informed the House that in the last 5 years, India has been considerate to give citizenship to 566 Muslims from those countries. He said, unlike the Congress, the NDA government has vast definition of religious freedom. Mr. Shah said the bill is neither brought in haste nor any smokescreen to divert from the issues as alleged by the opposition. He reminded that the bill was brought in 2015 also. He said earlier, multiple amendments have been made in the Citizenship Act and citizenship has been provided to people of Sri Lanka and Uganda. Earlier, Congress, Left, TMC, SP, DMK, BSP, RJD, NCP and TRS opposed the bill, terming it unconstitutional. Initiating the discussion, Mr. Anand Sharma of the Congress alleged that the bill is an attack on the soul of the Constitution. Senior Congress leader Kapil Sibal criticized the government and said the bill gives legal colour to the two-nation theory.
This bill gives legal colour to the two-nation theory. Religion cannot be a factor in the acquisition of citizenship that has been rejected by the Constitution of India.
Opposing the bill, Mr. Derek O'Brien of TMC termed it as unconstitutional.
4 months ago, you bring a Jammu and Kashmir bill. What, you want one nation, one tax, one election, one everything. How come today the rules are different? And as per your bill, you have laid down multiple grounds of citizenship for one country.
Mr. Javed Ali Khan of Samajwadi Party also accused the government of working to marginalize Muslims in India. Mr. Satish Chandra Mishra of BSP said this bill is against the preamble of the Constitution as Muslims have been excluded. Mr. Praful Patel of NCP said the Constitution has given equal rights to every citizen and this bill must be sent to the Select Committee for further scrutiny. Mr. K. Keshav Rao of TRS questioned the government why the people of Sri Lanka, Bhutan and Myanmar who are persecuted on religious basis have not been included under the legislation. He demanded that this bill should be withdrawn. Earlier, Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu rejected the objection of Mr. Sukhendu Shekhar Roy of TMC that the bill is faulty in nature and it should not be taken into consideration. In Assam and Tripura, protests continued against the Citizenship Amendment Bill. Hundreds of students gathered in Guwahati to raise their voice against the act. Traffic was badly affected due to the protests, and police resorted to lathi charge and also used tear gas to disperse the protesters. Protesters also set vehicles on fire in Guwahati. Meanwhile, indefinite curfew has been clamped in Guwahati city. In Tripura, the state administration has shut down internet service for 48 hours since yesterday evening to maintain law and order. The Lok Sabha today passed the International Financial Services Centres Authority Bill 2019. It seeks to establish a unified authority to develop and regulate the financial services market in the International Financial Services Centres, or IFSCs, in India. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, in her reply, said the proposed authority will be subjected to the scrutiny of the CAG and the CVC. She said central agencies like the CBI, the ED, and the Prevention of Money Laundering Act will have jurisdiction over the proposed authority. The Union Government has a comprehensive telecom development plan for mobile connectivity in the northeastern region to provide mobile coverage in uncovered villages along with national highways and to strengthen transmission network. In a written reply in the Lok Sabha, the Minister of State for Communications, Sanjay Dhotre, said the government has approved installation of 2,217 mobile towers for providing connectivity under left-wing extremism-affected areas in Phase 2 project. He said there is a scheme for providing mobile connectivity in 354 villages of uncovered border areas, Ladakh and Kargil region, and other priority areas. The Union Cabinet today gave its nod to the proposal of Ministry of Road Transport and Highways authorizing National Highways Authority of India, NHAI, to set up Infrastructure Investment Trust as per guidelines issued by Securities and Exchange Board of India, SEBI. It will enable NHAI to monetize completed national highways that have a toll collection track record of at least 1 year, and NHAI reserves the right to levy toll on the identified highway. The Cabinet also gave its approval to introduce the Aircraft Amendment Bill 2019 for carrying out the amendments to the Aircraft Act 1934. The bill will now be introduced in Parliament. The bill enhances the maximum limit of fine from the existing 10 lakh rupees to 1 crore rupees. The Union Cabinet has approved the proposal for providing additional equity support to India Infrastructure Finance Company Limited, IIFCL, to the tune of 5,300 crore rupees in the current financial year and 10,000 crore rupees in the next fiscal year. In Jharkhand, all preparations are in place for polling in the third phase of state assembly elections tomorrow. 17 constituencies spread over 8 districts will go to polls in this phase. The poll-bound districts are Ranchi, Ramgarh, Hazaribagh, Kodarma, Chatra, Giridih, Bokaro and Saraikela Kharsawa. The Chief Electoral Officer, CEO of Jharkhand, Vinay Kumar Chaubey, told media persons in Ranchi that more than 56 lakh people can cast their vote during this phase.
कल जो हमारा तीसरा चरण है उसमें 8 जिले के 17 विधानसभा जो हमारे हैं उनमें मतदान होना है। उसमें से 5 में 7 बजे से 5 बजे तक और शेष जो 12 हैं उनमें 7 बजे से 3 बजे तक मतदान होगा। सुरक्षा कारणों से उसमें 3 बजे तक हम लोगों ने मतदान रखा हुआ है। इस चरण में हम लोग 3 हेलीकॉप्टर का इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं और 96 मतदान केंद्रों के जो हमारे मतदान कर्मी हैं इनको हम लोग हेलीकॉप्टर के माध्यम से मतदान केंद्रों तक पहुंचा रहे हैं।
In this phase, 3,680 polling booths are hypersensitive and 1,662 are of sensitive category. More than 2,000 booths have been equipped with webcasting facility. A total 309 candidates, including 32 women, are in the fray. BJP has fielded 16 candidates this time, while Jharkhand Vikas Morcha and the alliance of the Congress Jharkhand Mukti Morcha JMM and Rashtriya Janata Dal RJD are contesting together on all 17 seats. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates, visit our News on AIR app and follow us on Twitter at AIR News Alerts. You can also visit our website www.newsonair.com. Indian Space Research Organization's trusted workhorse, the Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle, achieved a landmark today with its 50th mission, lifting off successfully from the Satish Dhawan Space Center in Sriharikota. PSLV C-48 took off into a clear, sunlit sky and launched Earth Observation Satellite RESAT-2 BR-1 into its planned orbit 16 minutes 23.3 seconds later. In his address from the Mission Control Center on the occasion, ISRO Chairman Dr. N. Sivan congratulated on the successful launch.
I am extremely happy to declare the 50th PSLV vehicle, PSLV C-48, successfully injected RESAT-2BR-1 and 9 customer satellites precisely into the 576-kilometer orbit. This mission marks another major milestone. This is the 75th launch from Spaceport of India.
The satellite will help in agriculture, mining, forestry and coastal management, soil monitoring, disaster management support and round-the-clock border surveillance. The Supreme Court today said it is considering to appoint a former Apex Court judge to inquire into the encounter killings of 4 accused persons in the gang rape and murder case of a veterinarian in Telangana. A bench headed by Chief Justice of India S.A. Bobde was hearing PILs seeking an independent SIT probe into the encounter. To facilitate trouble-free registration of aspirants for national eligibility cum entrance test or NEET, District Administration Srinagar has set up additional 11 facilitation centres where aspirants can submit their online forms. The centres have been set up in various colleges and higher secondary institutions. The total number of centres set up in Srinagar now is 12. In Jammu and Kashmir, 2 incidents of ceasefire violation by Pakistani forces have been reported in which 5 civilians were injured today. The first incident was reported from North Kashmir's Uri area along the line of control in Baramulla district. 2 civilians were wounded in the Pakistani forces' action. The other incident of ceasefire violation took place in the border district of Poonch, which left 3 civilians injured. According to the defence spokesperson, alert Indian troops responded immediately and are giving a befitting reply to the Pak firing. In Pakistan, mastermind of the Mumbai terror attack and chief of the band Jamaat-ud-Dawa, Hafiz Saeed, was indicted today on terror financing charges by an anti-terrorism court ATC in Lahore. The ATC indicted Saeed and 3 of his top aides, Hafiz Abdul Salam bin Muhammad, Muhammad Ashraf and Zafar Iqbal, on terror financing charges. ATC Judge Arshad Hussain Bhutta directed the prosecution to produce the witnesses and adjourn the hearing till tomorrow. Union Youth Affairs and Sports Minister Kiren Rijiju today said that Tokyo Olympics 2020 can provide a platform for India's best performance. Speaking at the 9th Global Sports Summit Turf in New Delhi, Mr. Rijiju said Tokyo 2020 is the immediate target for the government. He, however, added that there are certain limitations with regards to existing talent. Tracing a target of 241 runs, the West Indies were 16 for 1 in 2.1 overs in the third and final T20 international against India at Wankhede Stadium in Mumbai when reports last came in. Put into bat first, India began a sound opening with openers Rohit Sharma and KL Rahul thrashing West Indian bowlers all around the ground. Rahul was out in the final overs of the game, top scoring with 91 runs. India folded their innings at 240 runs, losing 3 wickets. While West Indies fielded an unchanged, playing 11 from the last game, they won by 8 wickets. India made 2 changes, bringing in Mohammad Shami in place of Ravindra Jadeja and Kuldeep Yadav in place of Yuzvendra Chahal. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Parliament approves Citizenship Amendment Bill 2019. Rajya Sabha passes the bill by majority vote. Home Minister Amit Shah says bill aims to redress hardships being faced by minorities in Pakistan, Bangladesh and Afghanistan. Cabinet authorises setting up of Infrastructure Investment Trust by NHAI. ISRO successfully launches Earth Observation Satellite RESAT-2BR-1 from Sriharikota. Voting for third phase of Jharkhand Assembly elections to take place tomorrow. And in cricket, India sets a target of 241 runs for West Indies in the third and final T20 at Mumbai. And that is all in the news at 9. Good night.